Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to this bonus reading. We're going to look at the eclipse. I was going to do an all signs reading for the eclipse, but I don't know. I felt like you have the moon wanting to pop out as well, which is the only card that has an eclipse on it in the tarot. But I'm not going to do an all signs. I'm going to do each sign individually, which, you know, an all signs basically would be each sign individually, but I felt like I needed to go a little bit deeper. So that's what we're going to do here for you, Pisces. You know, if you're a Pisces, if you're an Aquarius rising, I should say, then, you know, this eclipse could definitely be hitting you a little bit different than everybody else. And I would also say that if you're an Aquarius rising, I would definitely watch the Aquarius reading, which that'll be out the day after this one. So you might have to wait. I apologize, but also my brother's been sick and I'm trying to dodge whatever the hell he's got. So I'm trying to stay healthy here, Pisces, and not like push it as far as the readings are concerned. But you start off here in your general energies with the Wheel of Fortune. I mean, eclipses, you know, eclipse season. It is, you know, as Leo King says, fate train season or fate train time, whatever he calls it. So, you know, I feel there could be a lot of fated events happening for you during this eclipse, not only just on the 25th when we have the solar eclipse in Scorpio, but you know, pretty much through the entire eclipse season. So for pretty much the next 6 months or so, I feel that there could be a lot of different things coming up around your destiny. For you, I feel it has to do with how you control your destiny, meaning like how you control the direction of your life. Nothing specific is showing up here, except for those of you, I would say for everyone, if you've climbed to the top of the mountain. Your last card is the Hermit. And that is basically saying to me, if you have done some soul searching, found some inner answers, these things need to be revealed. And again, I feel that could be, you know, kind of like part of your destiny. You could be like sharing your story on YouTube, for example. You could be starting a podcast. You could be doing anything that gets your voice out there. Even with your crossing energy as the Judgment card, I feel for some of you that this could be saying that you need to get your voice out there. Like something is not being said, you know, especially when this is crossing energy. It's what's crossing you. And this to me says something needs to come out or something needs to be revealed in your life. And again, I feel that for most of you, it's going to be, it's not like a secret coming out. It's not like someone is revealing something to you. I feel it's you, number one. Number two, I feel it's something inside of you that you want to share or that you want to reveal to the world. And it could make you very powerful because, you know, we're going to go through this with the baby tarot and we're going to clarify through it with that. But I have a feeling that there's something about strength here. You know, I'm surprised the strength card didn't show up, honestly, because it's kind of giving me strength vibes. In the area of your thoughts, you have the Nine of Swords. Afraid that you're going to repeat a cycle. I mean, literally having the Wheel of Fortune as your general energy, and then the Nine of Swords is like having a nightmare, waking up and feeling like you're stuck in a nightmare. But I really feel this reading is saying you have the power to take control over, you know, any nightmare that you're having, but it also might not be a nightmare. You know, I just feel sometimes I think we fear repeating something again. It's like maybe we had a business failure in the past. We want to start another business and we're fearing having another failure. We could be wanting to get into a relationship. And again, maybe we're fearing a failure when we should just be letting the fear go. And, you know, I as I've been saying to you, I really feel you shouldn't be selling yourself short here, Pisces. I feel you need to realize that you have experience. It's like, you know, I think that's part of the problem here is that some of us Pisces, we're like, we don't trust the fact that we learned from something that we went through. So if you've been through anything at all, period, I feel you need to realize that you have learned a lot, Pisces, and you shouldn't sell yourself short. Damn it. That's what I'm going to say to you. In the area of your foundation, you have the Nine of Pentacles. So actually, you have the power. Those are literally the words that are popping into my head, is like just how powerful you are. And this is also pre-Empress energy. So I think that during not just this eclipse, not just on the 25th, but for, like I said, like the next 6 months, I feel that you're going to be very, very focused on kind of, you know, increasing your independence. And again, I would like to stress that that does not mean you will be alone. You have the Two of Cups here. So if you want love, there's love. If you just want friendships and those types of relationships, again, the Two of Cups in that position would represent that, because The Two Cups is showing up in the position of your closest relationships. So again, it doesn't have to be love. It could be any type of relationship or multiple plural relationships that you're dealing with here. But again, I do feel that you're kind of focused on yourself. I also would say that she has 3 pentacles here and 6 over here. It kind of suggests that she's willing to give 3 pentacles to any situation that she's dealing with in her life, but she also keeps 6 for herself. She basically keeps enough for herself so she doesn't get burnt out. And I do feel also with Mars going retrograde for you, especially in the 4th house, I would say definitely a very important time to kind of keep some energy to yourself, especially if you're feeling tired. I kind of lied today because, really I said that I wasn't doing any work today, but I don't know. I always feel guilty when I don't do anything, Pisces, but I kind of made a compromise with myself because instead of doing long readings, although I'm sure these are going to end up being long, I'm doing short readings. In the past, basically this is the energy that you're moving past. I feel like you're ending a cycle. And the funny thing is that it's like, I feel like you're afraid of repeating a cycle, this right here, that you have already brought to an end. So I kind of feel like you need to let those fears go. It's like you're starting all over. So, kind of Fool vibes. We go from the Fool to the World in the Major Arcana, and then we start all over again as the Fool. And even here, in your next position, which is the near future, you have the Page of Swords. Some of you, could have someone who's like watching you, so I would definitely be careful of that here. Especially if it's like a Virgo, an earth sign, or water sign. I mean, basically everyone here, I don't know. I also feel like everyone's obsessed with Pisces at this time, so wouldn't really surprise me if you had a bunch of eyes on you, but what I would also say is that I feel like you need to look into things. Just in general, like I feel it would be an amazing time for you to be curious, for you to learn about new ideas, new projects, new plans. Even if you're retired, you might want to kind of like work on a home-based project, or you might want to just do something. And that's exactly what I would do here with this Page of Swords is, allow your curiosity to run wild. Like I feel this in the best way possible. It's saying that you could learn a lot. And again, we're going to clarify through in just a second. Next, you have the King of Cups. This is showing up in the area of the next few months. And I love this. I feel like this is you. I feel like your energy is very connected. I feel emotionally that you are in control regardless of what's happening around you. Again, he is sitting in choppy waters, but he's very much in control of his surroundings. He's in control over the things that are happening around him, and he is the one that dictates how he feels about things, right? So he is the one that controls his emotions, and he doesn't allow this right here, the 9 of Swords, to get in his way. So that's what I feel here. And I also get the feeling that you need to feel something before you can have it. You always get the 9 of Cups. You don't have it in this reading, but it doesn't matter. He might feel something before he has it. So if he wants a relationship, it's like, can you feel how you felt during the good times? Like you might have had a relationship you got out of. Maybe there were good things and bad things, but it's like, can you feel the things that you felt that were good? And the answer is yes, if you practice. Same thing with money. It's like maybe you have no money, but can you feel like you have money? I'm a big fan of brainwashing yourself into whatever it is that you want. And I definitely get that feeling on that King of Cups. You have the 2 of Cups here in the area of your closest relationships. I just feel like there is a lot of support for you in general. Definitely could be love, and we're going to take a deeper look at this in a minute, like I said. But, I do feel that this is mostly talking about people who want to support you. I also feel like you're very spiritually supported because you have this, which could be you and your higher self, and you also have the Judgment card as well. The Judgment card has your higher self angel on it. That right there is your higher self angel. So I feel that you are very connected. I would just say listen. I feel that your higher self is kind of telling you to do something or guiding you in a certain direction. And it's like one of those things where if you're staying like stuck and not making changes, I feel like you're making justifications. I feel whatever you're being called to do, it's like there's no real need to justify it. Is what I feel. And you might be saying, well, I have a business, I have a job and I want to start a business and I'm going to have to justify starting the business. But I would I would really look at the types of justifications, right? It's like maybe you're thinking, oh, I'm going to stay in my job because it's safe, but maybe also 100 people just got laid off. So is it really safe? That's what I mean by justifications is like, I feel like if you look at the justifications, there's something that proves it wrong. When there might be another opportunity when you're like, oh, I'm going to start this business. And maybe you're saying to yourself, well, I am justifying it because, I'm kind of trusting that it's going to make enough money or whatever. But maybe you also have a lot of experience where you could easily start the business. I don't know where I'm going with this, but there you go. Next, in the area of your future feelings, you have the King of Pentacles, feeling very stable, feeling very secure, feeling like things are kind of going in your direction. So I actually really like this. I feel also that if you're having any concerns financially, that your finances are actually going to be fine. I feel like things are really, really going to be great for you here, Pisces, financially, perfectly financially stable. So wouldn't worry about it. Of course, you're going to have to do the work. As I always say, money doesn't just magically appear in your life. I get tons of comments from people that are like, you said money was going to be great, and I don't have a job, and I don't have money. I'm like, well, go get a job. Go. And I know it's not that easy, but it is. Go get a job. Go do something, right? This isn't going to magically happen if you're doing nothing. So, I feel like I shouldn't have to point that out, but I do. Your outcome is the Hermit, which is interesting. I do feel some of you, there is this like dark night of the soul type of energy going on in the world right now, where I feel like there are some people who could be kind of like doing a lot of soul searching, looking for those inner answers. And I don't really see this as a bad thing for you, Pisces, at all. If you're spending the next 6 months, let's say until like March, I don't know if that's 6 months away. I don't even know how many months we have left, but whatever, like until the end of March or so, you might be doing a lot of soul searching, even based off the rest of your astrology. Wouldn't really surprise me if it was like a little bit more of a withdrawn period for you. But again, I don't think this has to be a bad thing. I think this could be a good thing, because you're probably finding some answers like, what do I want in business? What do I want in career? Even if you're retired, it's like, what do you want to do with the rest of your life? Or, that you have left? What kind of relationships you want? You could be answering a lot of deep questions during this time. But again, I feel like you're feeling very powerful. I'm actually not going to use the tarot to clarify. I feel like I want to use the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. With the Judgment card and the Wheel of Fortune, you have this Defense card. Yeah, I feel like you're just like defensive against repeating mistakes, and this is in all areas of your life. Is this a bad thing, though? I would say no, unless you're stopping yourself from entering into new situations. Like we kind of talked about this earlier. So I would say it's not necessarily bad, but, I would be open to new opportunities. With the Nine of Swords, you have this indecision card. I feel like you got to get out of your head, for sure. I mean, Nine of Swords is literally my card of saying, get out of your head, too much overthinking. And you have this indecision card. This is literally the area of what's on your mind at this time. So again, mentally, I feel like you need to get out of your head. I feel like your answer is this right here, this Libra energy. If like anywhere where you feel stuck in your head, like what do you get out of the situation? I've been saying this to you all year. You put energy into something, what do you get out of it? And again, that really is your answer for the rest of your life. I don't care if you live, well, actually, if you live till you're like 400, then I guess, after that, there's going to be something new. I'm out of here. I'm gone. I'm not coming back after this round, right? So what I would say to you here, Pisces, is like, unless you live to 400, which isn't going to happen, then your answer is cause and effect. You put energy into something, what do you get out? And to trust the evidence, just like Aquarius. Like I said, if you're an Aquarius rising, I would definitely watch that reading. I haven't even done it yet, but I'm telling you right now, you should probably watch it if you're an Aquarius rising. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have this Charity card here. I love this for you, Pisces. Again, this is the area of your foundation. I feel like you're feeling very generous. I also feel like you are finding that the more generous you are, that the more you receive. Again, we're not talking about being overly generous here. I always like to use the crazy cat lady analogy with the Nine of Pentacles, because it's like there is a certain point where if you've ever, like when I grew up, when I was a little kid, I used to have this crazy cat lady in my neighborhood, and she had like 1 billion cats. But they were all a freaking mess. All the cats had an issue. They all had a problem. They were all sick. They were like dead cats all over the place. She was like an animal hoarder. So we can take generosity too far. She wanted to help cats so much that she couldn't actually help them at all, right? So we have to kind of like give and take in balance. But what I would say is I do feel like you're very generous. And I do feel in those moments where maybe you feel like things aren't moving forward, then I would do something for other people. I would create a piece of content that could help someone out, or, I would help someone out in your life, or do something to be generous, because again, Nine of Pentacles is a card of gratitude. It's like when you're grateful with that card, then you get back more than you kind of give out. So very good card. Look at this. With the Page of Swords, you have this generosity card. So exactly what I was talking about. Again, I think that we need to be generous in balance. I think us Pisces are also super bad about giving to the wrong people. So make sure that you're giving to people, places, and things that give back to you. Again, I feel you need to trust that Libra energy. And I think the evidence is clear, but maybe you don't want to believe it. Maybe, if you're giving to a person of love, for example, who isn't giving it back to you, you want to believe that you can love them into loving you. But it's not possible, right? We can't control other people. So, that's what I'd say here. So, of course, give in balance. But, I would also say if you're giving the right things, I feel you're going to be getting really great feedback in the form of abundance, love back from people who love you. Again, we're not even talking about love here. We're talking about love in general, right? With the King of Cups, you have this inheritance card. Funny enough, this is Saturn in Scorpio. Funny enough, this solar eclipse is happening in Scorpio. I do feel that for a lot of you, I don't think you're getting an inheritance. I feel that you are inheriting some success, in your life, but it's probably something you have learned. So I feel for a lot of you, if you've been educating yourself or learning in some way, that there is a lot of success coming in here for you in with this card. This is coming up over the next few months. So again, for like the next 6 months, I would be learning as much as you can. With that Two of Cups in the area of your closest relationships, you have this Mercury in Aquarius. So this card says originality on it. Kind of suggests, again, if there's love coming in for you, I feel like it's new love. Could be, because again, I feel like most of you don't want to repeat a past mistake based off of this first position here, but take how it resonates. I also feel this could say that there could be some like more unique kind of connections coming into your life. I feel like you're surrounding yourself with better people, which is exactly what I would be doing. They say you are the sum total of the 5 people that you surround yourself with, or the 5 closest people to you. It's kind of popping into my head here, is that you could be surrounding yourself with better people, or maybe you're like looking for groups to join and all that other stuff. That's exactly what I would be doing. So keep going. With the King of Pentacles here, you have this domination card here. I really feel your future feelings are, you feel like you're on top of the world in some way. And I'm not trying to be clickbaity here, but, especially for those of you that have done the work. Obviously, again, if you can not honestly say that you've done the work, you have 6 months. So I would get moving. But if you're doing some sort of work to be on top of something, then I feel there's a lot of success. For some of you, funny enough, I feel this could be your health as well, which is great. You know what I mean? You could be focusing on getting healthy or being healthy, or pretty much anything. I'm not a doctor, so do not take this as medical advice, but there you go. With that Hermit, you have this egotism card. I'm going to have to clarify this card in just a second, but, some of you could be dealing with people who have ego issues. This is Mars in Leo. I thought I saw Leo somewhere else here as well. It's funny that Saturn in Leo. It's funny that for some reason I thought that was Scorpio, which is weird. Oh no, you do have Saturn in Scorpio as well. I was looking at the wrong card here. But, again, you could be dealing with a Leo who has ego issues or a fire sign, but it doesn't have to be. I kind of feel, I don't even think this is really talking about your ego. Let's just clarify it, right? Here you go. You have this endurance card. Very interesting. I feel like you are seen as having a lot of endurance here. I also feel like there's nothing to prove, is what this is saying. It's like, there might be some moments over the next 6 months, that where you feel like you have something to prove. And I would just say don't. I feel like that's your ego coming out. I feel like that endurance card, it's almost as if your endurance is enough. The fact that you don't give up or haven't given up on something here, Pisces, is like going to prove to people around you that you can be successful. So I kind of get this weird message here that says your actions prove more than anything, and there's no need to kind of prove things to other people. But I see you becoming very powerful during this eclipse season, not just this eclipse. Again, these movies, oh my God, these videos were for this eclipse. But again, I really feel your reading is talking about the next 6 months or so. So love it. Thank you for being here, Pisces. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your month.